The Philadelphia 76ers are truly in shambles. The Sixers situation is starting to look worse day by day, and worse with Joel Embiid and James Harden and just their overall situation with the GM and everything that's currently going on in Philly, and it's not looking good. And everything that the Sixers have tried to do in the past 2 years with the whole trust the process thing, honestly, it's starting to look like the process might be a failure. Now, before I get into it and start breaking down the Sixers as just a whole on what's happened over the past 2 years and what's happening to them currently, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and let me know who your favorite Philadelphia 76er player is all time. For me personally, I'm going with Allen Iverson, but let me know what y'all think and let's get into it. First off, let's talk about what's happening now in the current situation with James Harden in Philadelphia. So with the news that has came out, it looks like this whole problem with the James Harden and the Sixers started last offseason when James Harden took that huge pay cut to stay with the Philadelphia 76ers, and a lot of people thought it was very surprising. They were like, James Harden taking a pay cut? This is very, very odd. So at the time, people thought, oh, maybe it's for the Sixers can bring in players so they can go ahead and go win a championship this year and bring in the pieces that they're going to need. A lot of people speculated that, but now it's starting to look like something else was happening. So it looks like the player thing was right. James Harden did take a pay cut for more players to come to Philadelphia for they could add certain guys that they wanted to help go win a championship. But here's the thing. It sounds like James Harden didn't want to originally take the pay cut. Someone offered him something. That's why he took the pay cut. James Harden came out and said the Sixers GM is a liar. Now, some people are wondering, oh, why would James Harden just randomly come out and say that he's a liar? Well, James Harden revealed some things about that pay cut. He took a pay cut because it sounds like the Sixers GM promised something, that the next summer he would be getting a max contract extension, because we all know how James Harden is with his money. We know he wants that bag. So this is what it looks like happened. The Sixers GM asked James Harden to take a pay cut so that he get players and maybe go ahead and win a championship, and he said, next summer I will go ahead and give you your max contract extension. But here's the thing, as soon as the offseason started, he didn't receive no max contract extension. That was nowhere to be found. Actually, as soon as free agency started, James Harden came out and requested a trade from the Sixers. Here's my take on it, which is a very interesting take in my opinion. I don't think he should have promised James Harden a max contract, because I don't think you should promise your players things and then all of a sudden things go wrong and then of course something like this happens. So I think promising players stuff like this, especially with max contracts, is a very bad thing, can damage relationships. But here's my other take on it. Also in the comments, I really want to know what you guys think about this one. Does James Harden really deserve a max contract? I mean, yes, last year he led the league in assists, but like, does he deserve this money that he's actually wanting to go get? Because let's be honest, the Sixers, they got a lot of stuff they got to worry about. They're trying to win a championship. They got to worry about Embiid's happiness. They got to worry about to spend the money and all that stuff. Does James Harden really deserve a max contract extension? Honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys, I can't give James Harden a max contract extension. I know he led the league in assists. I know he does great things, but his age currently, and his man be getting injured sometimes too. Like last year, he was out that foot injury at the beginning of the year, and sometimes he'll just have really bad games. I cannot give James Harden a max contract extension just because of his age and how old he's getting. Yes, I know he led the league in assists and did all these great things, but like the injuries and then the drama, especially because I mean, look at this. James Harden, how many teams has he been on the past 4 years? He's been on the Rockets, he's been on the Nets, now been on the Sixers, and now he wants to go to a whole nother team. It's starting to get a little wild. In my opinion, I actually kind of like what the Sixers GM did and not putting a max contract, because putting a max contract into a player like James Harden is a huge big step, and honestly, I do not blame him for it, and honestly, I think it was a good decision. And the whole situation as a whole is just starting to get weird. The Sixers are saying they're ending trade talks with the Clippers and they expect him to come back, and Harden's like, no, I don't want to play for this team and I don't want to play for this GM. So it's getting a very interesting situation. I personally I think that James Harden is going to be on another team next season. I don't think he's going to play a game for the Sixers. Just based on this whole situation and how it's looking so far, it looks like he really hates the Sixers organization and hates the GM. So like I said, James Harden will definitely be on another team next season. But that's where it leaves you. James Harden going to another team. Where does that leave the Sixers? Well, depending on what they get for him in a trade, I don't know what this leaves them, to be honest with you, because this means that Joel Embiid is pretty much by himself in Philly. And besides Tyrese Maxey, if James Harden doesn't get traded for a superstar, that's where it leaves me with the Philadelphia 76ers, that this trade of James Harden could potentially lead to something very bad for the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, you trade James Harden out of the equation, it's pretty much just Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, depending on how a trade goes. And let's be honest here, we all know Joel Embiid really wants to win a championship, because let's be honest now, he's been there forever now and they haven't even made it to the Eastern Conference Finals yet. And I know it's been some heartbreaking losses in there and some bad losses in there. I really know that this Joel Embiid really wants to go win a championship. He was last year's MVP, even though I don't think he should have been last year's MVP still. You know he wants to go win a championship, and I know on Twitter he likes to be trolling and stuff, but I feel like deep down inside of Embiid, he's starting to think about his future with the Sixers and does he really want to stay in Philadelphia? Because honestly, he's been part of this trust the process stuff for years and years and years, and they haven't even made a single Eastern Conference Finals appearance. And this is honestly, like I said, this one trade could possibly affect the whole Philadelphia 76ers future and possibly affect some huge things with the NBA, just because of the fact, like, I don't know if I can trust the Sixers GM to go ahead and get another superstar. And even if the Sixers do get another superstar, a lot of people like to say that the Philadelphia 76ers are cursed. And low-key, they might be kind of cursed, because we've seen this years after years, playoff loss after playoff loss. They cannot get past the second round. It is unbelievable. I already made a whole video about should Joel Embiid request a trade from the Philadelphia 76ers, and I basically broke down all the years and all the stuff that he's done for them and all the years of trust in the process and really how it's worked out for him. And nothing really good has pretty much happened. I mean, they had that one chance in 2019. I feel like that was a really huge chance, and it's so far gone past that now. And honestly, I don't think if anything does drastically happen with the NBA and Joel Embiid, I do not think it's going to happen this year. I think it might have potential next summer. Some things get shaken up, especially if the Sixers, and they do not do as well as they usually do, like be like a top 3 seed in the East, something like that happens, and they're not as good. I potentially think there could be some changes happening in the NBA, some changes with the Philadelphia 76ers. Because if you're in Joel Embiid, like I said, man, like, you're going to want to go win a championship. Embiid's starting to get up there in age, and we're starting to see these injuries pile up. As Embiid keeps getting older and older, these injuries are just going to keep coming in. And I think Embiid needs to eventually sit down and really think about it. Is the Philadelphia 76ers truly the best way and truly the best thing for him to go win a championship if the Sixers GM, after the James Harden situation gets fixed, cannot bring him a championship? And I truly believe currently the Philadelphia 76ers organization is in shambles. Let me know what you guys think about let me know what you guys think in the comments about the Philadelphia 76ers. That's going to be the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments currently about the Philadelphia 76ers situation. That's going to be the video for today. Drop a like, subscribe, watch these 2 videos right here going over the top 10 QBs in the NFL. And we got another great video right here. I'll see y'all in a couple of days with some more content.